Hello and welcome. I hope you're enjoying tonight and this episode of Dice and Destiny. We look forward to having a wonderful weekend, a wonderful game, and we have an announcement to make. I would like to bring to your attention that we have a brand new episode of our open season coming very, very soon. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for our Spotify release of a brand new one shot run by our very own DM who is cameoing here tonight, Spec. And I have a feeling he'll be looking for a TPK. Otherwise, on with tonight's story. Yeah, so Viren has obviously come in with a bit of a mission, and although not many of you have asked any questions and don't seem to be privy to what that mission is, Vice, who is with you, has decided to stick with the party more than Viren, which is slightly odd considering they both work with the Lantern Rights in the town, who essentially gave you the idea and the mission to resolve what was going on with the lanterns in the city, in the Silver Lake cities, and it is entirely possible that one of the members of the party may not be open or opening up to you fully about what is going on.
Speaking of people who are showing up.
Exactly. And with that, we can introduce the other person, the other cameo player for the moment, Spec, who will say hello in a moment.
Hello.
Oh, no, I did not mean to move you to the audience. Sorry, Tom. Right, with everyone here, though, and the recap completed, we are going to begin by moving into the actual story. It is not going to start, however, at this particular venue that you see on the map before you. It is, in fact, going to start back at Marla's, where Aspen, Aura, And Chris, you spent most of the day relaxing, recovering, and essentially resolving your health problems that you had, looking after Aspen's poisoned wounds, tending and caring for it, and essentially getting all of yourselves back up to health. As you are aware that the party has gone on with a mission with Viren and Vice from the Lantern Rights, or claiming to be from the Lantern Rights and working with them rather than for them. There was a note that was left behind for the pair for you all, and that note essentially read, "We've gone to an outpost for the Black Glass Writ. If we're not back, come and find us." It has creeped past the time that was mentioned, and as it's getting closer, yourself and Lou look over at the state of Aspen, still wounded from the poison in her veins from the assassin the night before. And unfortunately, it does appear that she is going to be sitting out of the fight as she
Oh,
remains at Marla's to rest.
okay.
What are you two discussing as you're preparing to get yourself ready to go?
Mhm. Chris is really, um,
Tommy, my quality's a little bit low.
huh?
Your mic's low.
Your mic is very
Um,
low.
Sorry, it was using the wrong microphone.
That
Because
explains it.
there we go. Chris is probably just grabbing their things. I was wondering because I was like, I feel like I'm echoing. um,
Yep,
but
you're good.
Chris is probably just grabbing things together and I don't know. They probably would strike up loads of conversation.
I mean, you do have Aura with you.
Yeah. But again, I don't know. It's just like it because it's coming up to the point. It's just like Chris is pretty quiet at the moment. Anyway,
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me? That is kind of an
Yes.
important question. Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yes, we can hear you.
Genuinely thought you couldn't. Aura will also just be getting her stuff ready, kind of dazed out, not thinking too much.
Fair. As you get yourselves ready and sorted out for the night ahead, not knowing what's going to be laying in store, as you've both missed, for the most part, a lot of what's happened previously. With the lantern rites, finding the marks on the lamps, the runes that was creating a darkness, the black glass residue that's been found in quite a few lamps along the way, and you missed out on the assassin that poisoned Aspen in the first place and caused her a lot of harm. So whilst she is resting up in bed, you may be slightly worried or fearful for the party, and you are preparing yourself to the best of your abilities. You've been given a location, you've been given the address, and you have headed out you've headed out into the city to where this black glass ripped outpost is. And as you turn up, having walked through various streets and hearing the noise of the town, you enter an area within the vicinity that's gone very, very quiet. And as you're walking along the road, it's fairly obvious that you've found the right place. There's a couple of bodies of from a couple of guards that seem to be propped up somewhat outside the front gate and entrance to this building. As you approach the doors, what are you doing?
Chris would just look at the bodies in front and just turn to Orange, like, do you think that was our guys?
No, they... Maybe? Can I check the bodies?
You can indeed. If you wish to do that, roll me a medicine check, please.
Let me
First roll of the night,
quickly
come on.
get my character sheet up.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
So I will
Oh, we love slow Wi-Fi.
move.
Right when we
Ooh.
So your medicine rolls would
Yes.
be a +6.
Ooh, look at me go.
A 6?
18.
Goddamn.
On an 18 spec, would you like to describe what you did with these bodies and the state and condition that they're currently in?
Oh, goodness. So one of these bodies... Alright. The first of these bodies that's a little bit further from the door seems to have quite deep lacerations covering the entirety of their torso. Upon further investigation, you find deeper traces of necrotic energy, sort of singeing in the wounds, preventing them from mending. Now with the other one, their throat is slit, but one detail that stands out to you all that's glaringly obvious is someone crushed the jaw of both of these bodies. Seems like just a heavy foot stomp to break the jaw after they had already been killed.
How lovely.
Really great, man.
Laura's kind of looking at them, and she's like, "They're dead. They're very dead. They're wow.
I mean, yeah, I thought that was kind of obvious.
Yeah, they're so much more dead than I thought they would be. I don't have the correct accent. They're so much dead than more dead than I thought they'd be. Wow.
I feel like on second thoughts, to be honest, I don't think this is the kind of state that our guys would leave them in.
No,
Yeah.
I feel like we're a bit better than that, at least, right?
Definitely in the right place.
I don't.
And Chris is just looking up at the building, just with a kind of like confused expression.
Should we circle the building to
I
check,
mean, the
or
right address that was written down on that note. So
prepare to turn into a bear, I suppose?
I guess so.
And I'll prep a knife. And as she says that, she does have an action ready to attack.
Fair
And
enough.
she'll...
As you ready your actions and ready yourselves, steeling yourselves for whatever lies within, you approach the door and it is slightly ajar. Creaking it open slightly, you notice the first thing about these stone walls of this circular, not quite a tower, but probably could have been if someone had put the time and effort into building it higher. The first thing you notice is that the torches in the nearby vicinity have been put out. One of them even smouldering slightly, as though you can tell it's recently been put out. There's still light coming from around the corners, but directly ahead of you at the end of this short corridor and hallway into the building, you see 4 people. You recognize, as you step in, you recognize Jess, you recognize Steve, and you recognize... I seem to have lost Osiris. Oh no, and you recognize Osiris. You don't recognize the 4th person, though, that's standing with them. Vice. Describe what these two would see as they approach.
Well, I guess you could see a tall and slender figure in the dark. They wear a green tunic, long black hair. Most notably of their features will be the blue tiefling skin, horns and all, bit of a tail, a few daggers on their belt, and a footwear that was almost, I guess, sock-like, I guess.
Mm.
Essentially slide on a gear. And he was just checking on some wizard's robes. Just hunching down for a bit.
The other thing that you will notice as you step in is that your friends and party that you've travelled with commonly seem to be covered in blood, wounds, and bruises.
Chris is like frowning, and just does like a quick glance to Aura just to like be like, are you seeing this shit, man? Oh. But Chris kind of moves forward, just quietly because they don't know why everyone is just like just standing there. They don't know what's in there, but they're walking forward and just edging, like going up to the back of the group.
You join the back of the group. What sort of condition would you say that you're all in a couple of words? Let's start with Steve.
Extremely hurt.
Let's go to Jess.
Very hurt, blooded, injured, still standing, but clearly kind of holding her wounds and limping a bit.
Vice.
Smoky, I guess, cut, jumpy.
It's around about this point that we will skip over to Viren. Viren, currently you're around the back of this building, moving around ever so slightly, looking for what I don't know. From the last session, you shut and locked one of the mages into one of the side rooms, and
That's
you
correct.
are currently moving about. What would you like to do?
Viren would be peering into the doors as he's passing. He's looking for more remaining mages. His goal here was not to entirely cripple this outpost, but to do enough damage that the research would not prosper so soon. As I'm looking for potential techs that could be saved, or more forced survivors.
As you continue around in your search, the first room that you come across, which would be near enough directly in front of you, looks to be sort of a low level storage area. A couple of bottles on the shelves, not much else. A few crates with what appears to be things like bedrolls and cushions or pillows of some kind. The sort of stuff that you would expect if you're in the army and going out on a field trip somewhere. Typical bog standard, not good for much else. Sleeping gear and camping gear. But you move around to the next room. And as you get to the next room, you notice that the corridor here is getting thinner as you approach the door. And yes. What would you like to do? This door is currently closed at the moment.
Viren would, not sort of trusting this setup for the door, he's going to take a few steps back before using thaumaturgy to blast open the door.
Right, okay. Would you like to describe how that happens?
Of course. As Viren steps back, raising one arm up, as the crystals embedded within his forearms and back begin to glow this rose and topaz light, as a small flicker of light is emitted before the door slams open with an echoing bang that likely carries throughout the rest of the sort of corridor, as I left the doors open as I traveled.
Yep.
You all might hear a distant slamming door.
The door itself does slam open, and it becomes apparently obvious to the rest of the group around the front as this echo reverberates around the hallways, with both of the corresponding wall sections with their doors open in the corridors. The sound travels through and round to the front, where you are all standing. Is there anything you lot would like to do at this point?
Yeah.
The first thing Aura will do is she will quickly, because she's not moved from when she first saw them, she'll dart into the middle and say a quick prayer. As I'd like to cast Prayer of Healing.
Okay.
Ooh.
Do I need to do anything for that?
I believe you do, yes.
Like, I mean, a Wisdom save.
No,
why would you need to do that?
no. Prayer
No.
of healing.
It takes some time to cast. I think it's about a minute
Yeah.
to cast it.
And it's 2d8 plus 8. So. Oh, I don't know if that's rolled or not, for whatever reason.
If you have rolled it, it hasn't come through yet.
Wonder why.
If you want to use your real dice, you're more than welcome to. For now.
I think I'm going to.
Just came through.
Yep, just came through.
This has not come through for me, so I don't know what it is that I've rolled.
5.
In total?
Yes.
Really?
4 of the
Wow.
1.
Terrible. Well, it's 13 total. You all heal.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh
Oh shit.
Because I can cast it
I
on up
feel
to
as
6
good as
people.
new.
I'm almost at full.
Wow, guys.
Same.
You're making me feel real good about myself.
I'm
Cleric
Thank
do
you.
their
Jess
thing.
is going to turn around and go, glad you could make it in time.
Boy, am I glad to see you guys.
Oh,
Do not
more
thank
friends.
me. Thank Shantae.
Chris just waves.
Oh, yes. I don't think you
Right.
met. This is Aura, and Jess will point to Aura, and that's Chris. This is... sorry, I forgot your name. Oh my god, sorry.
Vice.
Vice. This is Vice.
Don't worry about it, but have you guys seen any Dragabond on the way in? Comes in to find them.
No. Very English there. No. Sorry, I've not. What
Oh good, take your time.
happened?
It's time for catching up later. Let's just say these guys are on our side, and if we complete this task, we get 250 gold.
Did you guys leave the guards like that at the front?
Our associates.
This is just going to look to Vice.
Yeah, speaking of the person that just mentioned, that they
That-
did.
That shit
They'll
was
say that they
brutal,
did.
Mm-hmm.
Aura
man.
looks at him with slight disgust.
Chris just says, that was brutal, man.
Okay, for the record, I didn't say he did it. I said someone else did it.
Viren.
Hi.
Peering into the room where you've just shoved open this door through the use of thaumaturgy, and looking in, you see scattered on the desks at the back of the room a couple of journals, bits of paper scattered, or parchment scattered about. And you also see what appears to be a small entrance for maybe someone of a skinnier nature but the slit in the window slit at the back of the building that has been widened a little, that could potentially be used as an exit route if needed. But you also notice the other crates and boxes and things, and that are just lying about and stacked up around in this room.
Viren would walk up to the desk to inspect the journals, see if it's something related to his cause or something else entirely.
As you look at the journals, roll me a investigation check, please.
Of course. An investigation. That is a 18 on the dice.
18. On an 18, as you thumb through the first journal, you spot a couple of words as you flick through it. With your keen eyes, you spot the words black glass on one page, residue on another page. You spot a couple of words embalming fluid on another page. And you see, as you're flicking through, a few diagrams here and there that are somewhat interesting in terms of alchemy.
Excellent. I'm going to grab the journal then. Looking at the rest, Viren's going to leave them behind.
As you look at the rest of them with that investigation roll, you pick up a couple of the bits of paper and parchment that's lying around, and you can see most of it's sort of rough notes and scratched through and rewritten and what have you. Not of much value. It seems that whatever was written into the journal is the final form of whatever those notes were, to the point where you can actually match some of the scratchings on the pages previous and from where they've been ripped out.
Really?
So you figure, if they've scratched it out and ripped those pages out, probably not worth the time.
No, and I need to leave them with something, don't I? As I'll prepare to leave the room.
As you prepare to leave this room, what is the rest of the party up front of the building doing?
Steve wants to go to the wizard that casted Fireball on him and take his spellbook.
So you approach the now dead and fairly crispy mage on the floor at the end of the corridor before the door where Viren disappeared. And as you do so, leaning down, you do not find a spellbook on him. Instead, you find what appears to be a small piece of metal. Maybe it's copper, maybe it's brass, you're not quite sure in this dimmed light of the hallway. And it appears to be slightly singed. And as you reach for it and look at it, you see a symbol that it seems to be half melted now, but seemed to have been formed into.
Could I do a Arcana check to see if that's the thing where the fireball came from?
You can indeed do an Arcana check to see if you can learn anything of these items, or this being.
Let's say 12.
On a 12, you know that this would be an arcane focus, but in its current form, it would be kind of meaningless to you, even if you did take it for yourself to use in full top-notch condition. It probably wouldn't mean much to you to be able to use as one. You get the feeling that your arcane focus would need to be more personal to you if you wanted to use one.
Do all the mages in the room appear to be like this? Like they don't have a spellbook?
There's only the one dead body on them, on the floor
Okay.
here. The other mage is currently locked in the room next to where you're standing. Still alive,
Alright.
but locked away in the room.
Do I have line of sight?
Not of the other mage. No.
Now, of the room.
Oh, yeah, you're standing right next to it. Right next to the entrance.
Damn it, I don't have Misty Step. Never mind.
Oh no.
I
Oh dear.
didn't prepare it.
The other mage you can hear is sort of behind the door sobbing a little bit, or shuffling his feet and wondering if it's safe to come out now, but you can't
Right.
you can't tell that
I'm gonna
last
try
part.
something.
Go for it.
You want to get out of here alive, don't you?
Are you saying that to the mage in the door?
Yeah, to the mage.
Yeah.
How about I make you a deal?
Huh? What sort of deal?
You let us in on whatever is going on here, and you will be allowed to get out of here alive. You must know that at this moment you're at a severe disadvantage.
Eh,
Otherwise, you wouldn't have run away.
roll persuasion check for me.
All right. I have okay persuasion.
You got this. Come on.
Ooh, that's 20.
He stops shuffling his feet behind the door and he stops. Thinks for a moment. You can't see him, but he's definitely considering it. And he calls out, "Well, yeah, I want to survive. I want to live through whatever hell this is. Just keep that dragonborn away from me and let me out the front. Let me out of this building, and I'll
You
come
give
back."
me all the information you want. I want from what's going on here, and I
Well,
will make sure you get out of here alive.
Well, you're gonna have to be a bit more specific, as he unlocks the door from the inside and just pokes his head around so that he can see who he's talking to through a crack in the door as he pulls it ever so slightly. Let me. As he looks at you and it's like, well, you're going to have to be a bit more specific than that.
What's the purpose of this room ahead of us? And he points to the gated room with the purple circle.
You haven't been in there, so you don't know what's in there at the moment.
No.
However, as you point to the wall behind you, he looks at you and he just says, "It's a research lab."
What were you researching?
If I had been told the answers to that, I would be able to answer that question, but
I'm going to make an insight check to see if he's lying.
roll an insight check.
Let's say 14.
He has a look in his eye that he knows what he's overheard. He's not lying. He hasn't been told exactly what's going on in that research lab in the center. But he does know something, but it's only what he's overheard.
Well, you say that you know nothing, but something tells me you've been hearing stuff, and you're either trying to hide it from me,
No.
or you don't want to tell me.
All I know is it's something to do with the black glass. I don't know what they're doing in there. I don't have access. I don't have the right privileges to be a part of the experiments and things that they do in there.
Do you know how to get into the room besides the one gate?
Well, I imagine at this point they've locked the gate from the inside, but I do know that there is another guard in this building that has a spare set of keys on a keychain that he keeps on his person.
Does he look like your friend here? And he points to the dead mage on the ground.
No, not him. He's you recognise him if you see him. He's a bit of a mean bastard, but he's got he's a bit more armoured, shall we say.
Well, alright, and you've given me plenty of information. Now, remember, if you ever pick a fight with us again, or try to get your friends to get some reinforcements, I won't be as merciful. Do you understand that?
Roll an intimidation check for that one, as your demeanour changes whilst you ask this question.
Ooh, it's a 9.
Ooh.
Oh, Steve's a teddy bear.
Hey, I'm good with spells.
Can I-
Social interaction.
You're quite persuasive, and you do give a good argument, but I think your intimidation needs work. Can I exit the building through the front gate now? Is that okay?
Just don't try anything funny, please.
He steps out from the room, pulls the door open, steps out, and you see the mage before you as he walks down the corridor towards the rest of the main group that's standing there. What's the rest of the group going to do? Vice, we'll start with you, as you are the first that he will be approaching.
You see, Vice was just like putting on the robe of another wizard. Just turned to him, ready to actually pull his dagger, and just looked at Steve at the end of the corridor, like, "So, what would you do now, mage?"
He looks at you and he seems to be slightly jumpy and slightly taken aback at the fact that you are doffed in the dead mage's robes that was at your feet, no less. Nothing. Just gonna keep walking. And he starts to move past you. Are you doing anything?
Does he have anything on him?
Nope.
Any particular symbols?
I mean,
Nothing jingling?
Roll a perception check for me as you are listening and eyeing up his clothes, trying to see if there's anything you can obtain.
That's
The only jingle that you really sort of hear is it's more of a slinking with your keen ears that you hear. And you hear the slinking of a chain that's around his neck as you believe it to be a copper chain scrapes against something else made of copper around his neck.
alright. Since Vice was stripping one of the other mages, does it see anything similar to the now topless fella?
You do indeed. A copper necklace with what appears to be an arcane focus of some kind attached to it, and a small black glass gem embedded in the middle of it.
Alright, Vice is just going to pick out the black glass gem and raise it up to the main group, like, I believe this requires attention.
The mage that is still currently living continues to slip past Aura and Chris. Are you two doing anything?
Aura's gonna put her hand out and stop them.
Huh? As promised, safe passage by... What?
Safe passage will be promised. There has been something mentioned. Not the right accent. There's been something mentioned that needs attention. I would like you to stay here until that's resolved.
What's that?
She kind of looks over to where the other members are. I don't know the character's name.
Vice?
Vice. She looks over at Vice.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you
Vice,
potentially exactly?
Vice just raised out the necklace with the black fragment on it.
Person who was promised safe passage. What is this that my friend is holding?
An arcane focus, with black glass embedded in it. It's just a spell focus, nothing more.
The black glass.
Yeah.
Is it... Oh, I'll ask something out of character. Does the black glass look similar to the obsidian shards?
It looks to be of the same material, yes.
Right.
But that's the closest you're going to get to those shards that you have. It's the same material.
And does that enhance magic in any way, shape, or form?
No, it allows magic to focus. Doesn't enhance anything. You're still only as powerful as the person casting the magic. Just allows a magic user to focus without the need of spell components. It's nothing special.
Thank you for your time. She lets him go.
You hear him breathing a sigh of half relief and half panic as he continues to step forward. Chris, are you going to do anything with this person leaving?
This poor guy.
Chris is just gonna stare at them while they leave.
Jess, are you going to do anything?
Absolutely. Did Jess notice the panic in his eyes?
Yes, you would.
Jess is going to put her arm out and block the corridor like a bully would in school
Mm.
and be like, what was that?
What was what?
You had a look of panic in your eye when you were talking about the black glass. Why?
Roll an insight check first for me. Gonna wreck on this one a little bit.
Ooh, we're
Dirty 20.
Ooh.
Initially, the panic you saw in his eyes was that of him panicking about whether he was going to survive the night or not. But as you look deeper at this moment, as you check him over with the responses he's about to give and the minute micro reactions that he's giving off on his facial features, you spot that the panic is a panic of discovery. Like, there's something that he doesn't want to be discovered for.
Oh, brilliant. Jess will notice this.
Mm-hmm.
And still with her arm blocking his way, she'll pull her braid? Pull her blade out, threateningly, hold it to his neck and say, you're hiding something. Talk.
Roll an intimidation check with advantage.
I was gonna say, can I give her a
When did we become bullies?
Come on.
17.
What do you want to know? I don't know anything. I mean it.
You're lying about that arcane focus around your neck. It's around his neck, right? It's around his neck.
Yes. No,
Talk.
it's just...
This poor guy.
This wizard's getting bullied by you guys.
This mage is being bullied by a rogue at the moment. And you
I'm a
see...
psychologist.
You see the pure panic setting in his face as he is terrified of you and the way that you're holding the blade in a threatening manner as you continue to question and drill him about the arcane focus. You notice a small damp smell.
Oh no.
And you can see that he has literally wet himself. I'll
I'm so sorry.
this The black glass is used to track us whilst we do our research and work with the black glass frids. And although it is used as arcane focuses, it's also used for divination. And I can tell you now that whoever is watching through this already knows of you and is already watching you for whatever reason. I don't know what that reason is, but you're wanted and watched. You are.
Jess.
The words that were spoken to us was to watch you because, quote, you are the anomaly. And with that, and him literally pissing himself,
Watch us as a party. Sorry,
he shuts down completely.
I'm a terrible psychologist. If he's shut down completely, I'm going to steal the necklace.
Aura's gonna come up behind the guy and like help him up. And help him.
And while she's doing that, distracting him, I'll steal the necklace.
Roll a sleight of hand for the necklace.
Yeah, no worries. What was that? The line about watching us. Sorry, I was trying to take notes. Sleight of hand's terrible for a rogue. Why? Okay, 14.
Not too bad.
The line was that someone who is watching you believes you are the anomaly. Your party is the anomaly. That was the line. Aura, you help this poor mage up.
I would like to cast Calm Emotions on him, because that is a spell I have.
He's not in a position to resist.
Chris is also going to start helping him up and gives almost like a slight scowl at Jess. It's just like, that was too fucking far. Jesus, we're not at the point where we threaten people at knife point.
Sorry, I didn't mean to speak over you. Yeah, but you want to go home, right?
Yeah, I want to go home as much as the next person, but you don't threaten people at knife point. God.
We need to get the black glass. We need answers, and he was hiding something. That's the only way this world seems to work.
Alright. So do you want this necklace too then?
Did I manage to get the necklace?
What did you roll? Sleight hand 14?
14.
I would say yes. You did manage to get it, although it wasn't unnoticed, but there was no resistance.
Fair enough. I will throw it to probably Steve and trust him. Did you take the box from Aura with you, by the way? I think you did, didn't you? Not Aura, sorry, Aspen.
Aspen still has the box with the shards in it.
Okay. We never took the box.
I'll throw it to Steve anyway.
No.
If it's going to be safe with anyone, it's going to be safe with Aspen, you figure. Especially over at Marla's. But with that, the calm emotions having been cast, his mind clearing somewhat of the fear, the panic, etc. He looks at you all and starts walking out. Is it okay for me to leave now?
Of course.
Sure.
Yeah, of course, man.
He walks out the front door.
Just give me a second.
Chris is just shaking their head slightly.
And he disappears out of sight. Viren, having searched this room thoroughly, what would you like to do next?
With that, I think it's about time I regroup with the others.
Now, are you going to regroup at the front, or are you going to wait for them to come round to where you are?
I'll regroup with them at the front. I'd left them alone for most of this time.
Fair. You regroup with them around the front. As you walk around, you notice that there is one locked door and the sound of someone inside shuffling about. Do you continue?
I will.
Okay. You continue and you regroup at the front of the building with the others. What are you doing?
I'm looking up the new people, up and down,
Chris will give you the same treatment.
as what you see is a yellow-skinned dragonborn, within heavy leather clothing, a buckler shield on his back, and a mace by his side. Floating behind him is what seems to be a long obsidian sword, doused in fresh blood, as it's floating around him. But he bears no hostility, just a cold expression.
So,
Greetings.
Chris, for you guys, I don't know if you guys know what Chris or Aura looks like. Do you know what anyone looks like? Should we give descriptions as well?
It'd probably be good for them and the audience to have that refresh.
So Chris is a pretty average, very androgynous looking person who has their hair in what looks like a dark bluish grey mullet with this green and purplish highlights in it that look a bit like either a pigeon's feathers or an oil spill in their hair. And they are wearing a like basic kind of cotton shirt and traveling trousers with this what looks like some kind of woolen vest over the top of it that doesn't quite look like it's normal attire, or at least doesn't look like it's from around here.
Looking
And
you
they
up
have
and down.
they have a club strapped to their side, and yeah, and a scowl on their face.
Seeing the club, a slight cracked smile is washed over Viren's face before returning to a neutral expression. As looking to the other one.
Aura. Aura is a blonde, curly-haired woman. She is quite stocky in her build, pretty muscular for a woman. Whatever that's supposed to
For a
mean.
woman.
Jesus Christ. God,
Lou is sexist, you guys.
God. Anyway, she's pretty muscular for a person. She's got like this greenish cloak and some pretty common clothing. They're quite nice clothing. They're pretty fancy for this area, but they're from this land, and they have lots of details of grain on them. And she is looking up, and she does not have a nice look. Scars are evident as she has one on her lip, and if they were to see her hand, she is missing a finger, and she is walking a mage past.
Alright. I take it you all are with them then?
What did you say, sorry?
As he slows down. I take it you all are with them?
Indeed.
Very good.
So, guys, I may have found a way to get into this room that's locked.
Do tell.
So, someone around in this building has a spare set of keys. He looks to be a bit more armored than the rest of these mages, from what our friend told us.
By our friend, you mean the person you scared half to death, correct?
Whoa. I didn't scare anyone. I persuaded him, to be fair.
Ren? Viren tilts his head.
Also-
Associate.
Also, when you mean by armored, do you think it's one of the front guards?
No, someone inside this building.
Alright. So that's
Do you-
another inside armored guard. Okay.
Yeah.
Steve, you're gonna hear a Viren's voice in your head. Did you let him out?
Do I have the ability to reply back, or
Yes, you do.
you mean the mage that we let through? You mean the mage that locked himself inside?
Viren doesn't offer a response.
Well, if you mean the mage that soiled himself after we thoroughly interrogated him, yeah, we let him leave.
No response from Viren
All right.
as he's looking around. Left. Right. Well, we need to get in the room, don't we? You said you gained information. Why didn't we act on it?
Sounds like a plan to me.
You figure at this moment that there was only one room, really, maybe two, that you didn't search. And an interesting area that you walked past, but you don't know. There's a chest in the area that you walked past, and I will migrate you on the map to the relevant part. Where has my
Then
VTT
Viren will start
gone?
walking and leading the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Aura is going to be looking at Chris with like a look of, "Are we doing this? Is this what we are now?"
Sorry, what did you say?
She's like looking at Chris with a, "Are we doing this? Is this what we're doing now? Is this what we are?"
Chris just shakes their head and just kind of shrugs in exasperation. They're still frowning. They clearly don't know, but it have the same kind of mind as her, I guess.
Aura is not a happy camper, guys.
Neither is Chris.
Very unhappy camper, in fact. Can't believe you've made Aura an unhappy camper, guys. That's crazy. That's terrible behavior.
Well, Chris is often an unhappy
Nothing bad
camper, but
happened
this
here.
is
I'm gonna
different.
defend Steve. I'm gonna defend Steve here. So far, he hasn't done anything wrong to him.
Yeah, fair.
I'm not going to defend Jess. Jess is trying to assimilate with this world the best she can. So
As you move up the corridor, the first area of interest is this chalked out circle with a magical symbol in the middle. And sitting in the middle of that is a chest, which seems to have a glowing amber light coming from the crystal where a lock would be. That's the first area of interest. The second area of interest is a locked door, and unfortunately my ping tool is not working for some reason. So I'm just going to move one character. I'm going to move Vice up towards the second locked door so that you can all roughly see where it is. That is the second area of interest, the locked door. Which of these would you like to investigate first? Viren.
Locked door for Viren. I can look and have whatever's in the chest. Fine by him.
You lead the party around to where the locked door is.
I was putting my hand around the handle, noticing it's locked. I'm going to look over at the muscular one. You think you could kick the door open?
Which one's the muscular one?
I think
The
Osiris.
blonde-haired muscle.
Oh, Aura!
you, Aura.
Ooh, okay, go on.
That's
Chris
the
is
first
also-
time she's been called the muscular one. Damn. I'm
Chris
kind of
is
proud of
also
that guy.
strong, you guys. Chris is also super strong. I say with my 12 in strength.
I'm gonna double check what Aura's strength is before I reply. I think it's
Yeah.
semi-decent.
No, no.
It could be terrible. Actually, no, it's not bad.
You got this, you got this.
I could try. What's behind it? Or what do we think is behind it? I suppose you're not a mind reader.
Assume there's a person behind it.
Indeed.
A person you're going to hurt?
Hurt? No. Investigate? Yes.
Swear on your life that you will not harm this person unless they bring harm to you, and sure, I'll open the door. If not, you're on your own.
With that, Viren is going to attempt to kick open the door himself. Keen on not wasting any more time.
Okay, roll me an attack on the door, please.
Laura's gonna look at him with her arms crossed.
Alright, an attack. Let's do
Come on.
this. 18.
Ooh.
That definitely hits. Roll for damage.
3 bludgeoning damage as I initially take the mace to the door.
You strike the door with your mace, and you hear wood splinter beneath it, but the door is still holding. As you pull back for a second blow, potentially, you hear from behind the door, "What do you want?
The keys.
Why do you want them?"
To enter the study, of course.
Death for you, that would be. Can't let you have them.
Right.
Oh.
Can I have my spiritual weapon attack the door now?
Yep, go for it.
Oh, you're also a cleric?
Yep. 7,
Nice.
so 16.
On a
Totally different
16,
noise, though.
on a 16, yes, you hit the door successfully. Roll your damage.
7 force damage.
Your spiritual weapon hits the door, and you hear it splinter and crack as the hinges break off. The only thing keeping this door in place now is the lock itself, as the rest of the door crumbles near enough around it as planks of wood clatter to the ground. The door, for what it's worth,
Very well.
is now broken, and this guard behind the precipice of the doorway. No, it would be Aura that's up the front with you. Oh,
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
and we'll move Vice back slightly.
Yeah, he's back there.
This guard that is behind the door looks at you. Can't let you in that study, I'm afraid. It'll be over my dead body. And if I have to take one, if I can take one of you out, great. If I can't take any of you out, well, over my dead body, I cannot let you have these keys. I'm sorry.
Why?
That can be arranged.
I want
No.
everyone. I want everyone to roll initiative, please.
Fuck!
Oh goodness, we're about to get
Lovely.
handled by this guy.
Lovely.
I'm running good today.
Oh shit, I'm still in werewolf form too, actually.
Better than last week.
Oh, for sure.
What did I get?
So don't want to fight this guy. I so don't want to fight people
13.
unnecessarily.
Cool.
I got you.
I got 8.
You're gonna charm him.
No.
Varen,
Wants to roll.
you probably have a higher dex than me. I have a +1 to my dex.
Is my initiative rolling?
Let me see. I think it just rolled.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out though.
It's not liking me, I fear.
What did you
It did not
roll?
roll.
Me? I don't know. It won't show me.
Huh. 1 second.
We have cat problems. Bear with us.
Yeah,
Maybe
problems.
the cat backs.
So, Aura.
Am I
I'm
first?
No, I can't see what you've actually rolled. So, let me try and get that character sheet up for you. Initiative, which is a +3.
Yep.
So that's going to put you at 16 on the initiative counter. And Vice, did yours roll? It does not
Yep,
appear
bro, I
to
thought it
have.
was like, yeah.
Sorry?
Give me a second, then I'm trying to roll again.
Go for it.
Ah, heavens.
Above VTT is really playing up tonight.
Yeah.
That's a
I think above
Yep,
VTT is also lighting out my entire laptop.
yeah, that's a 5, I think.
That's a 5 on the initiative. Right, so that's all come through fine. And at the top of the round is actually Steve, but you are at the back and you're kind of unaware of exactly what is going on. And this corridor is narrow. It's where this door is, you can literally fit one person down the corridor
Do
itself.
I have line of sight of the door?
If you are able to see the scout captain on the map, you have line of sight.
Alright, so I have line of sight. In that case, can I hold my action and cast a spell as soon as the door opens?
Door is open.
Alright, so the door is open. I'm going to cast Hold Person on the guy, on the guard.
Okay. You cast Hold Person. What is that? That's a wisdom save?
Wisdom save, yeah.
Does a 13 save?
No, it fails.
For all intents and purposes, your spell takes form, and his legs lock up. He seems to be immobilized.
Can I describe how it looks like?
No. We're going to move on
Okay.
quickly to, not that one, Aura. It is your turn as this scout captain in front of you seizes up before your eyes.
I do not wish to cause you any harm. I just need to understand why we're not allowed to go in the study, and I would love to know why I want to go in the study. I personally don't even want to go in the study at this point. Why can't we go in? Why must it be over your dead body? Why can't it be over your unconscious body or just willing?
I don't think he can talk because he's paralyzed.
You should still be able to speak when you have Hold Person
Okay.
activated on you.
There's only 3 people allowed in there, and even I'm not one of them.
Okay, why? That doesn't tell me why. You're just telling me there's only 3
Dangerous.
people allowed.
Dangerous research. That's all I can say.
Okay, is it more dangerous than you losing your life?
Yes,
Why do we want to go in there and she's going to turn on everyone else?
that's the end of your turn. If anyone wishes to respond, they can. Scout Captain, does he get save on his turn?
I will check
Yeah.
for you.
I believe it's another chance to save at the end of his turn, correct?
At the end of each of its turns, yeah.
Well, that fails. Jess.
Oh no.
I heard that. For now, Jess is just going to. Oh, you know what? I'm going to hold my action, but I'm going to take a bonus action of do an insight check against a creature you can see that isn't incapacitated. Oh, is he technically incapacitated?
Yes.
He's paralyzed.
Damn it. Okay, fine. In that case, I'll use a bonus action to make perception check to spot any hidden creature or object to make an investigation check or make an investigation to uncover or
Yep.
decipher clues and try and see if he's
Yep.
got the keys on him
Yep.
or if they're anywhere
Just
in the room.
roll. Just roll.
Or it's just a. Oh, hang on, bear with me.
Oh no.
Well, that was a natural one for a 7, so no.
You hear, see, and find nothing. Osiris, your turn.
This is a one-way corridor.
It is a
I'm
very
currently
narrow
in werewolf
corridor.
form.
Yes,
I am
you are.
not going to fit past here at all. So I am going to ready in action for if that dude walks past me, I'm going to use both my claw attacks.
Okay. You hold your action. Viren, it is now your turn.
Excellent. So they're paralyzed, correct?
Yeah,
They
correct.
are.
And I'm right by the door.
Correct. You
Um,
can get in if you wish.
Do I see the key on them?
You do indeed see it on a belt loop tied to their waist.
Could I take the key off?
You can
Attempt to cut. Could I cut their belt with my spiritual weapon and nab the key off?
It's going to be a delicate cut. So what we're going to do is we're going to grade your attack roll. If you crit, you might get a slice or 2 out of him as well.
Ooh.
But I've got a
No.
target in mind for this, as it is a delicate cut.
Right? Then I'm going to roll if that's alright by you.
Go for it.
As if no one's gonna stop me, you see Viren walking over as his spiritual weapon is raising. You will have the opportunity to stop him, intervene, you'll right there. If not, he will continue to act.
You continue.
Then I'll raise my spiritual weapon and attempt to cut his belt. Take the keys off. He made his choice. We'll make ours.
Mm-hmm.
A 10.
On a 10, you cut the belt delicately without even leaving so much as a mark on any of the rest of his clothing. As the belts and the keys drop to the floor, you also notice a small coin pouch that drops as well.
I'm gonna grab the keys and leave the coin pouch. It's not important to me.
Fair.
As I'll say thank you and start to walk out, if possible, and back down towards the central study.
I would say that is possible. So 5, 10,
I'll just start
20.
walking that way. I don't need to get all the way out.
Yeah, there's plenty of space for you to get out. And you find yourself just the other side of Jess, now holding the keys.
Excellent. And I'll end my turn there.
Chris,
So,
is there anything that you would like to do?
what's the state of this guy now?
He's currently held in place and cannot move. He is effectively incapacitated or paralyzed.
Right. Do I have any rope on me?
You
I guess.
probably do.
Do I have any rope that isn't like really thick climbing rope?
I believe you have what's known as paracord rather than rope on your
Yeah.
persons.
Okay. I would like to nip behind this guy. Where am I? I'm here. Oh my god. My mouse is still lagging. Or is he just inside the room at the moment?
So he's just inside the room and I've just moved your token in for you. As
Oh,
you
thank you.
enter this room... Oh, no, now someone's taken it out. As you enter
Okay.
into this room, you see the paralyzed scout captain dressed in his armor, holding his sword, not moving. You see the coin pouch on the floor by his feet, and you see the cut belt. Basically a bit of cloth that's been tied around to be used like a belt. Cut, laying there on the floor.
Okay. I'm going to kind of bend down. I'll put the coin pouch just back on his person, and then I'm going to basically even though he's paralyzed, can I like move his arms?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I would like to just move his arms behind him and just tie them up and then tie them to the desk behind him.
Roll a strength check for me.
Yeah, I'm real good at those.
I'll let you do...
got this. Druid things.
Yeah. You've got this.
9.
No, you haven't got this. As you try to pull his arms back behind his back, instead of pulling the arm and it moving as expected, you do meet some resistance. You don't seem familiar with how this works somewhat, as you pull the arm and you hear a crack.
No!
What do you mean? I didn't know! Oh,
Ah,
I
Free
actually
chiropractic treatment.
I moved around and I'm pissed off.
The druid is breaking arms out here. Things are crazy. God
I'm pretty sure
damn.
that's something the barbarian does.
Yeah, no.
I was just gently moving his arms so I could tie them up behind his back.
Well,
Yep.
apparently not gentle enough.
If the crack's loud,
You know
Jess will be like, "Hey, can you do that with my back, please?"
I don't think you want your back broken.
I'm sure you
And
didn't
Chris
break
is just-
it, Chris.
It's more a case of it's more like the crack and pop of a dislocation rather than a break.
Okay. Chris is still gonna do that.
haven't.
Chris is still gonna say that. But Chris is just gonna wince slightly and it's just like, I am so sorry.
Now, it's
Could I tell? Yeah, but I'm gonna leave it there because if it's dislocated, like I don't know. I've never dislocated my shoulder before, guys. Does the actual, as long as you don't like move it, does it not? It doesn't hurt like loads, does it? It just hurts popping out and popping back in. I don't
no,
know how
it hurts.
dislocated.
Oh no,
limbs
it hurts.
work.
It's
It hurts,
painful.
like,
I don't know.
bad.
Well, I don't want to pop it back in.
Yeah, no, that
Because otherwise, because
That
now,
will-
because if I pop it back in, then he can like grab a weapon, and now he's currently like, this means that like he's like disarmed, I guess.
Now, correct
Oh
me
my
if I'm
God.
wrong, but if damage is done to someone who is held, they get a chance to save. Is that correct?
Yes.
Let me read.
Whole
Thank
person
you.
was it?
Whole person?
Yeah, let me
Oh,
read the description.
I know that's
Choose
a
a wound.
charm.
The target must succeed. Well, it doesn't say on a attack it's releases only on the end of a turn.
Yeah.
So no,
It
it doesn't. Yeah, no.
Okay, fair
It's only
enough.
charmed. That yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So, Chris.
Chris is just gonna wrap the cord around his other wrist and then tie it to the desk.
Dislocate his other arm.
I'm not dislocating
Stop.
his other arm. I'm just tying it around his other arm. Oh my
I mean,
lord.
he's not a problem at that point. He's not a problem at that point. Let's be so honest.
Yeah, it's effectively doing the
it's
same
painful as hell, though.
thing.
This.
Well, you certainly disarmed him.
Shut up.
Amazing.
I guess you
And
could say that.
Chris genuinely sounds pissed off at that.
I think
no.
at this point it's safe to say we're out of initiative.
Aura
And he
is
is
gonna go-
secured and tied up.
Aura is gonna go over and cast Cure Wounds.
As
Actually,
you
can I just pop his shoulder back in? Like, I'm not. She's done that to so many cows in her lifetime. Do you know how often they pop out a knee?
Yep.
So regularly. She's done that at least 1,000,000 times. Can I just
So-
try and pop his shoulder back in?
Yeah, of course you can. Roll a medicine
While
check
she's
for me.
doing that,
medicine?
Chris is looking at her and just like, I didn't mean to do that, right?
I know you didn't mean. I know you didn't mean to do that. That was a medicine check, yeah.
That is a medicine check.
Do you
Yes,
need a
Kale.
hand?
Oh no!
No!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Please,
I was
please,
about to
do I
ask
have
you.
great use? Do I have
You
anything I
break
can
his
use
neck.
to counter that?
But I asked you need a hand to give election.
Please.
I'm there with
And-
her. Can I not help her?
Can I
We both
Yeah.
helped on the farm.
please?
I
I
will.
know how to cut. Okay, here's
I'm
the thing. Do you
going
know about
to
vice
allow
thing?
the help action here if you wish to roll a second dice.
Thank God.
Because the vice thing is about punching, right?
Okay.
Mhm.
18. Fuck
Yeah.
me, dude.
Okay. Oh.
That was so nearly a completely ripped off arm. Um,
Alright.
Aura would have
Can
never
vice?
forgiven herself.
Aura,
Yes, Kale.
it's
Sorry,
like
one
Aura
sec.
was about to put way too much force into it, and Chris was like, whoa, 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 whoa! Remember, he's not a cow.
Not a cow, not a cow, not a cow.
Kale.
And then she's like, you right. And then, I don't know, does she successfully do it with an 18?
Yes, 1 second. Kale, what was you trying to say before everyone talked over you?
Can he just slip the note about his weaver's hideout for him for a bit? He needs to talk to him later.
Okay.
So you're just going to say the lanterns need to talk to you soon, right?
The
And just going
guard, yeah, the scout guard at this point looks up and is like, huh?
you don't want to miss it, friend. And he's going to take away his pouch, gold pouch. I'll hold on to this until you come over.
Fine. You just get a side response.
Alright. And yes, he is 100% being honest. He's not stealing from me, just holding his money until this guy comes over to his hideout later.
Fair enough. With that, you make your way back round to the front entrance where the second gated doors are. Viren, you hold the keys at this point in time as you come back round the front. What would you like to do?
Hold on, I
I'm
need to
just
let
waiting
out.
for the rest of them.
They're all coming
Tapping
with
my
you.
foot. Alright. I'll look over at them and just confirm. You all ready then? Very well, we could get attacked by entering here. You've got rather important things in here, I reckon.
How fun.
Well, we need the 250 gold, so I don't think we really have a choice.
That is correct. Zviren's going to slip the key into the door and turn it.
Alright.
I'm. Wait, do this? I'm gonna activate Crimson the Right Ways, unlocking the door.
Okay.
On my claws.
Which are you're doing that on your claws? Very, very
Yup.
good.
I'm not using that thing.
I'm pretty much out of spells,
Wow.
so I'm pretty much out of spells, so I'm going to activate my blade song.
Okay. As you make your preparations and the key in the lock turns, you hear the clunk of the iron deadbolts lifting out and falling from the top and the bottom of the door. You hear it grind and you feel the gate open. You feel it scrape against the walls as it retracts in. The sound and the screech is deafening as it echoes through the halls, and inside the room you can see there are two people. One, some of you recognize from the rooftop. The
boy.
other is a mage dressed in robes, not too dissimilar to that which Vice is now currently wearing. Except these robes have a little bit of extra pleating on them, and adorned with a gold focus around his neck, with an embedded piece of a black glass in the middle of it. As these two characters that you see in the room look up at you, the first thing you notice is the pint-sized assassin as she stands there, white braided hair rolling back. You see the thick, heavy makeup and powder on her face, and you can make out the armor that she is wearing, adorned with very, very elegant lines and swirls, deliberately designed to confuse the person attacking, to see where the vulnerable and weak spots are on a person. Intentionally designed for the dim and dark lights of the night, someone who could easily hide. You see the hood raise up as you open and enter into the room, and you see her stand as she faces the door, balancing a blade by its tip on the end of her finger with almost perfect precision. For the mage, well, not much about his features are being given away. seems to be fully robed up, even his face covered, other than his eyes, which are a piercing dark green through the mask that he is wearing. As I would like you all to re-roll your initiatives, please.
Yep, there it is. Guys, who's ready to get our asses handed to us again?
Speaking of which,
Ah,
I'm not
yeah,
I'm not sure the spell.
she kicked our
1
asses
second,
last
Jude.
time.
Yes, Kale.
I'm not sure if it's actually pinged by cast bless on 3 people. More during the prep time.
During the prep time, absolutely. You cast Bless.
It's in chat. It's on Steve, Chris, and Jess at
Ooh.
4 minutes ago.
Ooh, amazing.
Yep.
That's advantage, isn't it? So one more roll. The first one was better, 14.
Bless is a D4.
D4 on attack and saves.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Brilliant.
So you get D4 to your attack and saves. Initiatives. Vice, the only initiative I don't have was yours. What did you roll, sorry?
I think it's
Yes.
23.
23.
That's the max I could get.
No, I got a 12 on your initiative.
It came up on mine as a nat 20.
It also
Yeah,
came
that's
up on
why
my 20, but then it shows here as 12, which is odd.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it rolled as a 20 on screen, but came up as a 12 on the initiative.
Yeah, that's why I'm confused.
D&D Beyond.
I don't mind taking tougher, I'm going to check something.
1
But
second,
strong.
I'm just pulling up the game log to verify.
Says
I mean, it
12.
does say it's 12. What's wrong with the dice then?
I do not know if it came up on your screen as 20 for 23 and the game log is saying 12. I'm wondering if the dice was cocked. Yes,
Probably
that
the
can
dice.
happen for
Yeah.
some reason on D&D Beyond. Occasionally it happens,
Yeah,
but we will go with the trusted roll that was spoken first that everyone saw and went yes for, and that being the 23. So your initiative is 23. For
it's
everyone
concentrating.
else that has rolled, most of you don't seem to have rolled too well at all.
Nope.
Chris at the bottom of the list. Let's go.
Maybe your reaction is slowed by the fact that you're entering into this room. Maybe something has distracted you. Maybe something shiny. But whatever the case is, Vice, you're the first into the room as you see these two beings ahead of you. You're up first. What would you like to
Alright.
do?
He's just going to look behind him, and I guess that's work with Osiris. They're getting budding inspiration from him as he quickly strums as he gets in. So that's the bonus action consumed.
Mm-hmm.
We are good. As part of the bonus action, he could punch someone. Codish of Dance.
You can indeed. As you look at the mage in front of you.
And fingers crossed. That'll be 13 plus 6. That'll be...
That's definitely succeeded in hitting.
Alright.
However, my monster stat block seems to have stopped working.
Yeah, it's lagging a lot.
Yeah, it's starting to lag for me quite a bit, and I don't know why.
It's been lagging for me since the beginning.
Yeah. Also, I have bad news. I just realized the rolls were lag. I just saw the 23 pop. It's the second roll for some reason.
Oof, it's fine. Let me refresh my page. But carry on. So roll your damage for me, please.
It's roll. It's just so laggy. It should be 7 plus... Yeah, it should be 7 plus 3. It should be around 10 bludgeoning.
I think D&D Beyond is having issues. More to the point
yeah.
on
Yeah.
this.
Yep, he just reconnected for some reason. And then an action.
Okay,
and then...
let me... Game log is fine, all well and good, but I cannot see what's being rolled. Seems that D&D Beyond is having problems, everyone, so do bear with us whilst I pull up the campaign and watch the screen. If in the meantime you have real dice at your table, please roll those instead and do the math quick.
All right.
Sir, yes, sir.
And then we just Then we just use our action to actually true strike the wizard again. You see his dagger flicker with radiant light. There'll be 18 plus 7. There'll be 25.
Yep, 25 hits. If you would like
25.
to roll your damage on that.
Yep, rolling. Yep. So that'll be 3 plus 4. That'll be 7 plus another d6 from the true strike.
Yep.
So that'll be 7 plus. Come on, roll. 7 plus 6. That'll be 13 radiant on him. Plus
13.
10 bludgeoning from him.
23.
And Osiris gets a d8 on the bardic.
You deal a very, very heavy blow. And you can see just from these few strikes that you've made that he is deeply wounded already. Blooded, some would say.
Just turn yourself in. Have questions with you later. End of turn.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yep, sadly, I don't want to hold out because
The assassin grins as she sees your attack. You strike my researched friend. And as she says that, doesn't a dirty 20 hit you, Vice?
It does damage.
As she throws a poisoned blade towards you and hits, she does 8 points of piercing damage initially.
Okay.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Con saving throw, that's a +2. Fingers crossed. There'll be a 13.
That fails. You take 8 points of poison damage and you are poisoned. As the poison takes hold, this blade slices through your arm and falls to the floor behind you. And the poison begins to seep through your blood, and you see it blackening. The same blackening that you saw on the friend of the party who was recovering back at Marla's.
Oh, it's you. Okay, that's 8 poison plus how many piercing?
8 piercing. That was 8 piercing and 8 poison.
So 16 total. Let me just apply that. And I'm just going to roll concentration for bless.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a 15 plus 2, 17. We are still
That
good.
succeeds. You're still good with the bless. That's the first action. Second action that she's going to take is to move. She's going to step forward. And as she steps forward, she is going to, with her second blade, she is going to stab forwards at you, Steve.
Right.
With a natural 1 for a total of 8 to hit. I don't think that. I think that misses. As she sees and moves towards you and stabs towards you, you easily move out the way.
I'd say Steve parries with his sword because at this point he has drawn his longsword.
Yep. So you parry the action away with ease.
I'm not as rusty as I think.
Viren, it is your turn, and you recognize a challenge when you see one.
Very, very good. Now, the spellcasting focus is the black crystalline gems. Can I glean that much?
Yes.
Would I be able to attempt, because gold is a softer metal, to break off that spell casting focus?
I will certainly allow you to try.
Alright.
Come on.
If nothing else, it's just going to hurt them a lot. So I'm going to quickly move up toward the wizard.
Yep.
And I'm going to start by casting Inflict Wounds at first level.
Roll to hit.
Alright. A 16. Does that hit?
16 does hit the mage, yes.
I'll start by doing 16 necrotic damage.
As you inflict this damage onto the mage, this poor mage has not even had a chance to react to any of this as of yet. And he already looks like he's on his very, very last legs as you see the bursting of his veins popping as it rises up from where you've hit and spreads through his body. He is breathing extremely heavy and he is almost collapsing to the floor at this point, barely holding on.
As with my bonus action, Viren's going to hold out his hand as he casts Spiritual Weapon. A long sword of obsidian black is going to spawn in his hand as I'm going to attempt to stab them through the chest with it. If that's fine by you.
Go for it.
A 17.
That definitely hits. How do you want to kill the mage? He had 1 hit point left.
Very good. With the mage, sort of looking in that desperate look, Viren offers nothing but a cold glare as the obsidian longsword pierces further and further into his chest. Viren allows him to slowly slide off before letting go of the obsidian sword as it begins to float around him, before turning to the next one. We don't have time to pay respects to the dead, nor would Viren have any interest in it. He'll end his turn, shield drawn facing the next one.
Jess.
Jess is going to move, so she is next to Steve and the assassin, if VTT will let me. No, it's not going to let me. Yeah, it's lagging. I can't even move myself.
Yeah, don't even bother trying. Just theatre of the mind it, please.
Okay, she's going to use her hand axe first.
Yep.
To hit. That is dirty 20.
As you swing with your hand axe to hit at the assassin, roll your damage as the swing connects with the hand axe.
That's 5 damage. 5 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then bonus action 2 weapon fighting. She's then going to go in for a hit with her dagger.
Okay, roll for the attack.
That's going to be a miss, probably. 10.
Yeah, that misses. She
Okay.
easily ignores the blade as it goes wide.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you'd like to do?
No, because I use 2 weapon fighting as bonus, so that's all I can do.
Okay, next up is Dead, so I'm going to remove that. Aura.
Ooh. Aura's going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Mm-hmm.
My last spell slot. My last second level spell slot. I'm gonna ready an action for if anyone's attempting to attack me or Chris, because she feels that Chris is the only person she can trust right now.
Fair enough. Would you like to describe your spiritual weapon to our other cleric?
Aura's spiritual weapon is a large scythe. And you might think that's odd for someone that's so farmer coded, but it's the scythe that's used for cutting grass that is used to make things like cake and stuff for the cows. And so it's this large scythe with an extra little bit that she could hold on to if she wanted to. and it's large, it's taller than her, it gives her reach, and it's something that she's used to using.
So you see this scythe appear.
Very well.
I did genuinely have to consider whether I was gonna give her a gun.
Gun.
Because she's
I
American.
have gun.
Yeah.
Second Amendment right follows you
What's
everywhere.
that .50 magic missile?
Oh my god, yes.
So, Aura, you are holding your action for an attack if, with the spiritual weapon, if you or Chris is attacked, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And then I will attack in retaliation.
Steve, you recognize the assassin
Mhm.
from that night on the rooftops, the one that stabbed and attacked at Aspen.
Yeah,
How are you?
Steve. Go ahead.
How are you reacting to this?
Yeah, Steve shivers just a little because he knows what she can do, but he quickly shakes out of himself and he swings his longsword at the assassin.
Roll your attack, please.
I do have bless, correct?
You do, so that is 1d4.
All right, let's see if I need it. Even with bless, I don't think that's gonna make it. That's a 9 total.
9 total misses, unfortunately.
Yeah, I figured.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, since I made an attack with my sword, I can't cast anything as a bonus action or an action, so that's gonna be my turn.
Osiris, you're up. What is the half-orc doing?
The half orc is currently staring absolute daggers at this assassin,
Mm-hmm.
and he's in werewolf form, going to get on all fours and go into a flanking with Steve. Since
Okay.
I should be. And I'm gonna start whacking.
As you flank with Steve, she's taken aback a little bit by the speed of which you maneuver around your party, around your friends, and behind her. And she's taken off guard as you gain the advantage on your attack with the flank.
He's going to tower over her and make the first attack directed at her face, one of her eyes. He's going to try and hit one of her eyes.
Fair enough. Roll to attack,
Let me-
please.
That's a 13 plus 6. That's a 19.
That is indeed a 19, and that does indeed hit. As you strike towards her face, trying to poke out one of her eyes with your claws, roll your damage.
That is 1d6 and a 1d4 for lightning damage. 7 damage.
As she takes 7 points of damage.
And then I have another attack with my bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
which is also going to be at advantage. Double 15s.
21
Nice.
For 21.
hits. 21 hits. Roll for your second attack, please.
That's 10 slashing damage and 1 lightning damage.
So 11 points of damage total.
And this one's going for the other eye.
As you strike at her eyes, you get some serious slashes down on her face. To the point
just
where
going
you're fairly certain that there is blood flowing out of one of her eyes at least. She's definitely wounded.
If a werewolf
Chris.
could smile, he is smiling.
Chris.
What is our druid doing?
So, okay. The assassin, how bloody does she look?
I mean, she's still on her feet, but she appears to have been somewhat physically blinded,
Okay.
at least temporarily.
Okay. Okay. Let me just check something. Okay. I am going to turn into a bear.
As you decide the best course of action is to change into a bear.
I don't care if I knock shit off the table or whatever. I'm just gonna run, just basically just make sure I have enough space, and then I'm gonna turn into a bear.
You have enough space to change into the bear, which I believe is a medium creature anyway, so we'll just carry on with your current token.
It's a large beast.
Oh, it's large. Okay, that's absolutely fine. We will just adjust your current token then.
Yeah.
Token settings. Token size large. As you essentially bound around onto the tables, knocking various vials and glasses over, scientific equipment or alchemist equipment, as it were, and knocking it to the floor, glass smashing around you, papers and parchments spraying everywhere and floating down to the floor. You've created a bit of a mess.
Cool.
Fortunately, there's nothing explosive, but you become
Ooh, that would have been bad.
you become a bear,
I'm a
and
bear.
you are currently on top of this table, which, oddly enough, is quite a sturdy one. And you are currently behind the ambitious assassin and flanking with Jess.
I'm gonna bite her.
Go for it. Roll your attack. As you
Nom.
chomp down on top of her head, you unfortunately
13.
miss, but that is only 1d20,
That's
so
fine.
roll again as you readjust your attack.
13.
13 again.
And a d4.
Plus your d4 from Bless.
Yes. Oh my god. Sorry, everything is still lagging.
I know, it's fine. That's the reason why I said roll real dice if you can.
I don't have real dice. Can you roll a d4 for me, please?
I can if you so wish.
Please.
D4 roll. 15. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit. It barely misses. You readjust
Okay.
and you just barely miss biting her ear.
I'm going to use my multi-attack and hit her with my claw.
Go for it. Roll to attack with your claws. As you, frustrated with the bite missing, you rear back and you swing your claws down.
22.
22 plus your d4 definitely hits. Roll your damage, please.
5 damage.
Ooh.
It's a good swing.
Roar. You just hear bear noise. Just a bear growl. You guys know what it sounds like.
I want to hear it.
I can't do it.
You can try, right?
You can try.
So one of you is a wolf, one of you is a bear.
One of them is a
Yep.
werewolf. I don't think. Are you a wolf?
No,
I'm a werewolf.
He's a werewolf, and you're a bear at the moment.
I'm a bear. He's a werewolf.
We got a whole petting zoo in here.
It is
Is
the
there
top.
anyone else?
It is the top of the round, and as this fight is beginning to ensue, and this assassin is determined to get its claws into you, to kill you off one at a time, and to ensure that the research here is safe at all costs, the room seems to light up. Circular rings around the edges of the room begin to glow with this purple hue. There is symbology and geometric shapes in the floor that begin to glow. I would like everyone to make an intelligence saving throw, please.
Ooh.
Great at those.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, that's what I'm good at.
Oh, marvelous.
I should have rolled my normal dice.
Net 20, let's go!
7 enemies with Bardic.
I did not
Which
roll
one?
that 20. I just saw that 20 rolled. I rolled.
Yeah, that's me.
I rolled a 19 with my intelligence bonus added.
Ooh.
I rolled a 19.
Yep.
I
It's
rolled
not
a
on
one
D&D,
today.
using my own dice.
So Chris with the
Kale, what was your
16.
Bardic?
I rolled
9.
a 16.
You
Did I
did.
roll a 16?
I need to know what the
So
Bardic inspiration
I
was.
did.
it's D4 on attack and saves.
Attack and D4. Would that really matter here? No, I'm gonna save it.
No. It would
No,
not
no,
matter.
I'll save it.
it's always be used.
Not on a 7, it won't matter.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Right, for those that have rolled 16 or above, you are saved and safe. For those that have rolled below, so we are talking Osiris, we are talking Viren, we are talking Jess.
And that device.
No.
Good heavens.
You all take 6 points of psychic damage as what appears to be a sharp, focused bolt of pure knowledge seems to race through your heads. Mathematical algebra, symbology, symbols, and geometric patterns that you do not understand, that you cannot seem to get a grasp of, enters your mind. And you don't have the time to focus or sort or understand what this information is as it bursts through. For the moment that you are all aware of this, it feels like a sharp, stabbing migraine.
Is that a
And
Magnus
the-
Well,
Archive
that sucks.
Does Steve
Ow.
hit anything with his nat 20?
With your natural 20 on the intelligence save, you don't gain any knowledge from this. However, with that crit, what I will say is that there is a chance during your downtime you might recall some of the knowledge.
Ooh.
But it is Vice's turn. As you are reeling from the agonizing burst of information in your head, shaking it off, what are you doing?
Did you not station Jesus College? Alright, he just got to Bardic. You know what? Let's go Bardic. The bear now. So the bear gets another D8.
Uh-huh.
So that means another consume, then just mark that off. So that's 2 stacks down.
Yep. You have bardic
Have 2 more.
inspiration.
And then we're just going to try and squeeze ourselves over here. If I could move the token. He's just trying to flank over the assassin.
Yep. Which is absolutely fine. You squeeze through the parties, you manage to dart around them with relative ease. There's enough space for you to swing behind Jess and get in and find a gap to essentially surround this assassin.
Alright. So as a bonus action, he's just going to use an arm strike to actually try to grapple the assassin.
Okay. This will be a contested check. Athletics.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're using. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you using 2024 or 2014?
I tend to play with 2014, but it's fine.
Okay.
This either way, this is a contested check, and I believe you are using your strength or athletics.
Yeah. Let me just roll the athletics and because 24 needs an arm strike first, so let me just roll instead.
Yep.
Ooh. That's it roll. Sadly, it'll be a 6 for the grapple check.
Yeah, she shrugs it off essentially as you try to grapple her. And unfortunately, in her step backwards, she manages to evade it. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That's part of bonus session on giving inspiration, so I still have my main action.
Yep,
To that, we're just going to dagger them.
go for it. Roll your attack, please.
Yep, rolling. That'll be a crit.
That will be a crit with a nat 20 as you strike with True Strike on your dagger, rolling that natural 20 and hitting the sweetest spot upon her body. How much damage do you do to her as your dagger tears her asunder?
I'm just going to roll the crit damage for this.
Yep.
So that'll be 8 plus, let me just...
Yep.
2d4, yep. And then from the True Strike itself, roll. That's another 5, so that's 17 damage, radiant.
As you strike her, ripping her skin open with this radiant energy coming and pouring from your blade, you see her shake ever so slightly, quaking ever so slightly in her boots. As this is her turn, she is breathing heavily. She is blooded. Her first action is going to be to strike the threat that she's just realized with her blade, her poisoned blade. Why has it done so many rolls? Poison blade misses as she swings wildly in her now faltering state of being. Her second attack as she brings it back round to pass at you. Why is it automatically rolling everything now? 19 to hit as she brings the blade back down across your chest.
19 to hit. And he's also going to use his reaction to be petty about it, as fire erupted from him and back to her.
Okay, we'll get to that in a moment. I'm also going to need a con save from you, as you are struck.
The first one. Alright, first one will be poison. That'll be 13 plus 2, that'll be 15.
15 saves.
Okay.
So you are not poisoned. So you only take the 8 points of piercing damage as the poison tries to take hold in you in a new wound a second time and fails.
Alright.
What's the damage? What's the attack and damage on the fire as it retaliates with a hellish rebuke?
There'll be a dex 15 from this, half on a save.
That's a 23.
Yep. So there'll be half to 11.
So 6. Okay. She is going to, as it's the end of her turn.
Oh, so sorry about this. I need to roll for the concentration check.
Yes,
10 and above should be good.
Yep.
Oh, bless.
Oh,
no.
Oh, well. We tried.
Did you just lose concentration?
Yep. It's not a knife time for her or for me.
Yup.
Yep. As she is going to use her legendary escape that you have witnessed before. She is going to attempt a vanishing escape.
Oh.
as a cloud of disorienting smoke and a flash of dazzling light fills a 10-foot cube within 5 foot of her. Each creature within that area will take 2d8 psychic damage unless you roll a wisdom save, in which case it will be halved. I need a wisdom save from everyone except Viren and Aura, please.
Alright,
There
Daimora,
are two people who are good at wisdom.
23.
Jess
no,
saves. Steve save. Osiris fail.
Fuck me,
You
man.
said I don't have to roll, correct?
That's correct. You don't have to roll. You are outside of the range.
Teehee.
right. You know what, Lady Daimora?
He was lucky.
Oh wait, do I need to roll? What do I need to roll?
Wisdom save, please, Chris.
Okay.
Oh wait, the bear has good wisdom.
I've got good wisdom.
It's a
On
bear.
hopes.
Do we not get attack of opportunity?
Nope. 18 saves. Osiris, you will take the full damage of 8. Everyone else, you will take 4 points of psychic damage as the assassin puts this distraction up, dazzling and smoking out the area with a fizz. There is a sudden chill in the air, and she vanishes and goes invisible.
Sorry, can I clarify? Those who saved still take 4 points.
Yes.
Crap. Okay.
Oh.
Oh no. This is bad.
Now, she has just moved out of your range. For those that actually saved, I will give you the attack of opportunity on her.
Alright.
So we will start with Jess.
Excellent. I'm going to swing my
Standard
hand
attack.
axe.
Yep, swing your hand axe.
Come on. Oh,
That is a miss. Steve,
Yeah.
you get your attack of opportunity as she turns invisible. You saved, so
I don't think that's gonna hit a 12.
nope, that misses. Osiris, you do not. Chris, roll your attack of opportunity with your claws or bites, either or.
Right. Where? Oh my god. Sorry, it's taking me a while. Again, it is
It's okay.
extremely laggy for me at the moment.
yes.
As
Natural
Well
20?
done.
Nice, that's 20.
as you crit with an attack as she starts to disappear,
How do we do crits again?
double the dice.
Double the dice. Okay. So it's this plus an extra d8 that if you could roll that.
So 2d8 total, yep.
Yeah. 2d8 plus 3. Does it double the plus 3 as well?
No, it doesn't. It only doubles
No.
dice.
Okay. So 14 damage.
So a total of 14 points of damage as you chomp down on her head as she starts to vanish. That was a good hit and a good strike, and you hear her yelp as she moves away. Until the end of her next turn, she is invisible for now. Viren, it is your go. Have we lost Viren?
Goodness, my microphone is muted. I apologize. Viren would not have seen her go invisible, is that correct? She was covered by the smoke?
You would have seen that she disappeared in a cloud of smoke. You would have heard a little yelp as she was bitten.
Could
But
I
you would
roll
not.
a perception, maybe, to track her?
You can certainly try.
A 5. I think that's a natural 1, actually. Yep.
Yeah.
That is a natural one, and some of the smoke seems to be irritating your eyes, and they are watering a little bit.
Very, very poor. Alright.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Did that take an action or a free action, I need to ask?
For that perception check, we will say that was a bonus action.
Excellent. Then for now, I'm going to use a 3rd level spell slot, Animate Dead, on the killed wizard.
Oh, that's evil.
Uh-huh.
As I'm going to bring them back for now. That will conclude the end of my turn. Bringing them back. And having this creature under my control. I don't believe they're able to immediately act, though.
No, they will not be able to immediately act. Let me find
Excellent.
the correct mage for you.
You will see Viren sort of lean down next to the corpse of the mage. As he'll put both hands on his chest, the topaz and ruby gems glowing once more brighter than they had prior. As with a small chant, he will bring life to what was killed by you all. As he's used his last 3rd level spell slot.
Let me add that to the tracker. It has an... I believe it works after you, doesn't it? If I'm correct.
It does. I can use a bonus action to issue a command.
At which
And it will
point,
take-
yeah, and it will take that command on its turn. In regards to its stack, its hit points are a total of 30. And in terms of spells, Detect Magic, Light, Mage Armor, Mage Hand, Prestidigitation, 1 Fireball,
Oh no.
Invisibility,
Very good.
and 1 Cone of Cold.
Oh boy.
Don't care how big the room is, I cast a fireball.
Excellent. As Viren
That's
has
my
a
line.
use for this one, more useful dead than alive at this point, that will end his turn.
Okay. Next up, Mage does not get to go yet. Jess.
Jess is going to use Eye for Detail to try and spot the hidden creature since she's in hiding. So that's a perception.
Yes,
And
please.
I'll hold my action, because if I can see her, then I'll attack. Oh, 22.
You definitely spot that she has moved off. And with your eye for detail, bear in mind she is still invisible. You realise she has moved away from the main group.
Excellent. I'll take my action then and aim my short bow at her.
Go for it as you roll.
Oh, natural 1.
I was going to say she is still technically invisible, though you did spot where she went. Natural 1. There's no point asking for the disadvantage here, as I was about to. But with a nat 1, you loose an arrow, and it just hits the wall behind her.
Can I just yell at the party? Can I yell at the party she's over there and point?
You certainly can. Aura, you're up.
Hello. How far away from me is she?
At this moment, although you know roughly her direction on where she's gone, she is approximately 40 feet according to the instruction that was called out by Jess. She is invisible, so you don't know exactly where she is.
I am going to pray to my goddess, Shantae, and I am going to cast Guiding Bolt.
With disadvantage, please.
With disadvantage.
Your favorite spell.
Okay, so that is, I'm using my dice again,
Uh-huh.
is 24, and disadvantage, oh, a 23.
Okay. Roll your damage, please. As
Oh,
shockingly, this guiding bolt finds its target, whether through divine assistance and prayer or sheer dumb luck. You're not quite sure. It walks a fine line sometimes, but it finds its mark.
That's 23 damage.
How much?
Oh, nice.
23 damage.
23.
Yeah. It's
You
5d6.
broke the DM.
Give me one moment, please.
You need to check their points.
No, she's still alive, but I need to
Panic.
roll a con save for her, which she
that's
fails.
nasty.
And as she comes back into visual sight, you see her being struck from this guiding bolt, and you see her suddenly collapse to the floor, coughing and spluttering from the hit she's just taken. She's still up, barely. As Steve, it is your turn.
I am going to cast Toll the Dead.
That's
Can you
a
make a
wisdom
saving
save.
throw?
I
Yeah.
can indeed. Wisdom. Please be good. 12.
And that fails. So since she is missing health, it becomes a d12 of necrotic damage.
Yes, it does. And that saving throw?
Oh, come on!
One damage.
Oh, come on!
No, we're not dead ass. Every dead
It's
ass.
It's 1 point of damage. Oh, come on!
Oh my lord.
It certainly hits. It certainly takes an effect. And you see it strike her. She coughs once again.
It.
Oh no.
Osiris, I believe it is your turn.
And I have to make a wisdom save. I'm below my max. I'm below half HP.
Yep, you do need to make a wisdom save.
I do. God, if this is below, like, DC is 8, and I have a bardic. Okay, I'm good.
You're good.
I'm good.
Osiris is going to look back at the party and in a little bit of deeper. Do we want her alive?
I don't think she's going to tell anything anyway.
I don't
To be
think she'll
honest.
say anything either, and she's already almost killed Aspen. And she's
Viren?
almost killed us last time.
She's
It's very best to draw
coughing.
the line.
I'm going to start approaching her.
Okay.
Viren's gonna say, let her live.
Let her live. For what reason?
More useful. Alive.
Yeah.
I could force them
But
to
how do you know
speak.
she's not going to pose a risk?
Insight check.
Break her bones.
As you roll an insight check, is that against Viren?
Yes.
Alright?
No.
This-
What is my bardic inspiration, by the way, again? Because I haven't used it yet.
It's a D8. It has the ability
D8?
check, attack roll, saving throw. Yeah.
Oh, come off. Fuck.
So what do I need to roll? I can tell you that Viren's telling the truth.
That's a 12.
So Viren has been rather expressionless throughout most of these encounters, but he seems to be telling the truth now, as far as you can perceive it, but there's been so little exposure to different mannerisms from him so far. You're not really sure where that line is drawn between truth and a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm going to.
I say we at
Jess
least
being a
not.
psychologist, would she know?
What, if Viren is telling the truth or not?
Yeah, because she's used to like patients lying to her and things.
I mean, yes, but it was in that moment. I'm not going to allow you the insight check at this point because
Fair enough.
this is situational, and it was Osiris who is determining his action at this moment.
going to grapple
Fair
her.
enough.
I'm going to pin her down, take away her blades, and just attempt to, like, kind of like how how a big ball around, because she is a gnome, right?
No, she isn't a gnome.
She's just small.
She's a pint-sized being.
Oh.
Is she a child? Please tell me she's not a child.
No, she isn't a child. She is a halfling.
Oh,
I'm just gonna grapple. I'm just gonna like huge furball grapple.
She will just shrug you off.
I've not rolled my athletics yet, but She just shrugs it off.
Yep. Legendary resistance. Legendary action, sorry. Well,
she has
yeah,
one.
legendary resistance. She gets 2 per day and she had 1 left. She is going to shrug off your grapple. In her weakened state, she is going to muster the strength and brush you off.
Cool. I'm just gonna use my bonus action to just whack her then non-lethal damage.
Non-lethal damage. I'm glad you stated that. Roll to attack.
Yup. Dog, are we serious? She wasn't prone, so.
No, she was prone.
Oh wait, guiding bolt though.
Yep,
Oh yes, and guiding bolt, so I do have advantage.
you do indeed. 14 does not hit.
Yep.
Her
Oh,
AC is
Christ.
16. You strike and smack her on the back, but it doesn't get through the armor.
Cool, I'm just gonna stand in her area so in case she tries to run.
Chris, as a bear, it is your turn.
Yes. So she's now like invisible.
No, she's visible now, very much so.
Visible. Yeah, okay. Okay. I will go and try again then. Oh, do I have bardic inspiration?
You do have one, yes.
Yippee!
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a TA.
I will hop off the table and go over here. So, can I get flanking with?
As you head over towards where she is currently prone and on the floor, you would have the advantage from melee attack anyway.
Okay.
As
I
you leap
will.
off the bench and move across, roll your attack.
Yeah. What can I use bardic inspiration with?
Attacks or saves
Okay.
And ability checks.
and
And ability
ability checks. 18 hits.
Brilliant.
Please roll your damage.
9 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah. I I don't know. Oh, hello, Maeve. How violent do I want to get with this? I'm a bear, so I don't know. I feel like I kind of bounded off the table, just like basically knocking off anything and everything off of those tables as I was just like bounding off of them and just leaping down and just basically jaws open and they basically just clamp down and I end up getting like right in the middle of like her shoulder and neck and I end up just ripping a chunk off.
As you rip a chunk off, you see the blood splay against the wall behind her as it begins to pour out, and she collapses on the ground, dead.
I immediately spit it out, and then you just see the bear just being like, bleh, bleh, bleh.
And all that is left is a room that is beginning to pulse once more.
What does that mean?
I need an intelligence saving throw from you all, as it would technically be the top of the round,
Oh no.
but this will be the last time.
Ian, why do you hate us? Why do you hate us?
I rolled a 14.
I rolled a 9.
16.
Not sure.
I need a 16 or above to save. Steve, you've
Oh, don't be
saved
serious.
again. Jess, you've failed. Osiris, you failed. Chris,
A what?
you failed. Viren, you failed.
A what are
Intelligence.
above to succeed?
16.
16.
16.
I
You were just off.
you might see, I guess, Vice just drops down now.
As I roll.
How much damage?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Bear with me as I work this one out for you all.
Oh,
It
no.
was 7 points for everyone that failed. 7 points of psychic damage as this burst of knowledge and intelligence seemingly erupts in your minds once again. This time, not so much a short migraine, but more like that of someone having an epileptic seizure. Everything seems to become like dancing bright lights, causing you to go into a shock of sorts for a brief moment, and then the room fades once more. As you look around, has anyone fallen unconscious from that last blast?
How much damage
Cyrus.
was
Not
it again?
quite.
7
7.
points.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
fine.
Vice has.
Cyrus did.
Yeah.
As you look around, you see Vice collapse to the floor from this information overload.
Osiris did collapse, but relentless endurance. I'm at 1 hit point. He falls down and then
Yes, back up again.
detransforms and but I was still on the floor. He just looks up like I'm alive-ish.
Are we still in initiative?
Nope, you are now out of initiative. Viren, as you are looking around, you're familiar with this sort of thing, and you see in the center of the room a crystalline pillar of obsidian. What are you going to do with it?
How large is this pillar?
It stands about 3 foot from floor to about the
Not
top of
removable?
one of the desks. Not removable, but definitely destroyable. And definitely seems to be the source of this burst.
Right. Viren, with now a scowl on his face after the assassin had been executed despite his wishes, is going to move over to the pillar. Can I attempt to break it? Or in
You
some
can.
way? Okay. Alright. With my spiritual weapon having dissipated now, he's going to grab the mace on his belt pouch and he's going to just strike it.
Go ahead. Roll your attack.
A 19.
Definitely hits square and true smack in the center. Roll your damage, please.
7 bludgeoning damage.
Which is what I needed to hear, because bludgeoning damage is what it is weakest against. So for a total of 14 points of bludgeoning damage, you deal more than the necessary amount. As you strike it, the obsidian or the black glass pillar that's standing there behind the desk shatters behind the weight of your mace. And the room goes silent apart from the sounds of your heavy breathing and your rapid breaths and the unconscious Vice on the floor.
Aura is gonna run to Vice and cast. She's just gonna cast. She's only gonna have one spell slot at the end of this. She's gonna cast Cure Wounds on Vice, and then she's gonna cast Cure Wounds on. Oh my goodness, the name is slipping me. Osiris. So Vice, you heal. Oh, max healing, so you heal 15, and Osiris, you heal 10.
Thank you.
My dad, Capital Mala can make it for dinner tonight.
You are not dead, thankfully.
He's joking. He's just joking.
That sucked.
Ah, my head. Is it still pulsing?
I would say it is still buzzing a little bit. But
I'm
as
in the
you
room.
gather your breath, as you gather yourselves, it is here that you now have access to this room. And all
So,
the
Viren,
yes.
what are we looking for?
Zvirin has currently walked over to the dead assassin and is checking for any signs of life still worth saving, which I assume I find none.
Nope. There are none.
With a frown on his face, he's going to lift his foot and prepare to crush their jaw like he did to the rest of the dead, if no one is to stop me.
Or I will stop him.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna step into this now.
Alright?
What are you doing? You wished her not dead, and now you're going to crush her jaw?
She was more useful alive, but now that she's dead, I'd rather prefer people don't use it against us.
What do you mean?
The dad should not be able to talk.
They can if you have the right skills. Crushing their jaw will prevent that. I'm sure they've scryed us to high hell, but I don't want the personal anecdotes getting out, if at all possible.
Aura's gonna look to Chris and to her party and to Osiris, and she's like, am I the only one that thinks this is insane? Am I the only one that thinks this is inhumane? What are we doing here? We killed people.
Chris, roll me an intelligence check as you
Okay.
transform back from being a bear.
Okay. Just a
No
general
longer
check.
bear.
Yep, this is an intelligence check.
Did that roll?
Not yet. It hasn't come through. If you did. There we go.
Oh, no, it is.
Oh.
Oh, no.
On a 13, you recall something from the Of Dice and Destiny play home book. A spell. You can't quite put your finger on it, but you know there's something about speaking with the dead.
Okay. Wait. Sorry, can you say that again? I for real just I was locked in on my cat for a second because she was rolling around and
Okay.
doing stupid things.
You remember something in the Of Dice and Destiny handbook about speaking with the dead. A spell, perhaps, but you can't remember the details of it.
I see. Chris is gonna. Oh my god. My cat has the zoomies and it's worrying me.
She's fine.
No.
Carry on.
my Chris just looks around at the others and is just like, does anyone happen to know any magic that allows them to speak to dead people? Because I swear I read that somewhere in the and then they look at the other the other guys with them and then it's just like Vern and Vice and just Chris just says in the book and then makes a weird
Did you
face.
bring the book with you?
It would be in your bag.
Yeah, but and they're just vaguely gesturing towards Vern and Vice.
Viren raises a draconic eyebrow.
If you've got the book with you, just check.
Whatever. I don't even care at this point. And then Chris opens their bag and takes out the book.
As Chris takes out this book from his bag, clearly written on the front of it in a written script of some kind that's unfamiliar yet legible to our common language. are the words of Dice and Destiny. Viren and Vice. Vice, maybe not so much, but Viren, you would be aware of certain legacies and prophecies of the world. Roll me a religion check, please, Viren.
With that religion, a 16.
On a 16, you are aware of the prophecy of Dice and Destiny. But as you are looking at this book, as the pages are printed in a weird font you've never seen before, with a weird ink on very strange paper rather than parchment or any other common form of writing sheets. Words somewhat are jumbled on different pages as Chris flicks through the book. But there are some pages where the words are crystal clear in a common tongue, as it were. And eventually he falls upon a page where wizards and spells, magic, and there it is, under his finger, the spell Speak with Dead.
Yeah, speak with dead. Anyone know it?
Oh yeah.
What is that
Not
book?
yet.
This book is a crazy, weird book that you're not allowed to touch. Otherwise, you're gonna explode.
Roll a deception check
my
with
God.
disadvantage, please.
Yeah, can I
I want
invite that
like
god?
Beard's
That
almost inclined to believe you initially. He's like, before he thinks about it. No.
Nope. On to that one.
oh,
No.
Viren's gonna get
what are
closer.
they?
His undead aide behind him. He's not gonna reach out to touch the book, respecting
I
your
didn't
claim.
get. Wait, when did I get a nat one? I didn't get a nat one.
Oh, that was an intelligence check. It's fine. Roll
I
roll
got
your
14
second.
plus 2. I got a 16. Both of them
Yeah,
were 14 plus 2.
both of them. Okay.
All right, do we re-roll? Because I've got a +7 to insight.
You can roll an insight then.
Okay, no, because I had gotten a 16 on that insight before. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, right. Meets it, beats it. So, yeah, no, you see through the lie.
Viren's
Just.
walking over.
And then
Getting
Chris
close to you.
puts the book to their chest and
This,
starts turning away.
what you got there?
Just a book.
I'm going to walk up beside Chris,
It's just a book. And
standing in
how
front
tall
of
is he?
him.
How tall is he?
Viren is around 6.5 feet tall.
Cool.
A very
Chris
large
is-
dragonborn.
Chris is like 5'8".
As Viren's
no.
right in
Chris
front of you,
is
sort of
just gonna
looking
turn
down.
around and it's just gonna hold it just against their chest and just like, it's just a book, really.
Seems like a rather interesting book.
I mean,
Wanna have a
yeah,
look?
but it's my book, so.
I mean, you could just
Oh my
show me the
God.
book, couldn't you? I mean, you'd already shown the pages.
I mean, I could, but I also don't want you to explode, so.
Well, as he's looking down at the draconic scales, well, I've already exploded a few times. I'm sure this couldn't be as bad as the first.
Yeah, but like you're gonna
Don't you
like
never enter a
like,
room with the anti-wizard.
Yeah, but if you explode, then like what, it could mix with weird stuff in the room, and then we'll all explode or something.
I mean, sure,
And
but
then-
I mean, the weirdy, schmeardy magic stuff could really do a number on us right now, but I'm just so curious.
Aura walks up behind
As
Chris.
more emotion gets in Viren's face, as he has a very curious looking smile.
Aura
I'm getting in
walks
between
up
these
behind
two.
Chris and puts a hand on Chris's shoulder. Chris is really bad at saying things, but you're not allowed to touch the book. You're not allowed to touch the book for our safety and your safety.
It's my book.
Yeah, no, that's not your book to touch.
Viren's expression is going to neutral out again. Fine.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
As he's
Mate,
very
Right.
clearly trying to
I'm
conceal
genuinely
curiosity.
out of all my genuineness I can muster, like, I would show you it, but then everyone else around me is gonna get mad, and your brain is probably gonna explode anyway.
Oh my brain exploding. That'd be horrible. I'm
Yeah.
gonna look at Chris and just deadpan ask, "Are you a prophet of some kind?"
I mean, I wouldn't say I am, but
Basically.
Oh my
Insight?
god.
Can I roll an insight on that?
You can roll an insight on that.
A
I
21.
hate to, I hate to
yeah,
interrupt,
like
Frank,
Chris
but
said, they wouldn't call themselves a
One
prophet.
sec. So, what was that? Sorry, Vice?
I hate to interrupt, but should we do this out of this room before our mind get taken again?
I've already handled that. You see the obelisk in the middle has been crumbled.
Yeah. With
Question,
that
DM.
21, yes.
As this is going on, can Steve do a investigation check on the table?
Yes, you can. Whilst this commotion is going on, I would say
Get
everyone
those
else is
spell
distracted,
papers.
and you get a good look
He's
and
gonna
a
get the
good
goods.
investigation off. So roll your investigation check with a natural
Let's say
20 for
that's
28.
what said
Come on.
20. I rolled today.
DM, or even Viren and Vice, do they know we're not from this world?
Not yet.
Ah, cool.
That's why I'm
Vance was
doing
You're aware
this.
of?
So,
Vance was
That's
told
why
you
I'm
guys
doing this,
explain.
Jess.
back to
Yeah.
the insight check of 21. Chris.
Yeah, like Chris said, they wouldn't call themselves a prophet.
But you wouldn't not call yourself a prophet then.
What's that mean?
You would see in his micro reactions on his face that Chris is aware that he has been told by someone before that of Dice and Destiny is a prophecy to come true. Though vague in what he was told, you see an awareness of the prophecy and the knowledge of it in him, even if there is no understanding.
Dude,
And
I guess I am a prophet.
that's what you discern from his micro expressions and his reactions.
A very, very big toothy grin is going to wash across Viren's face.
Chris just gives a smile back, but with slightly concerned eyebrows.
I knew I did right to choose
Oh,
you
you-
all. Very, very good. You have done a very great job.
Thank you.
Viren's smiling. Now,
Meanwhile,
Chris is just gonna
investigator
slowly
Steve is
put
at
the book back in my bag.
Yep.
as Viren's going to grab the journal he had nabbed earlier off his belt pouch. Here, why not add another one to your collection? It might be of use to you
Oh,
and your non-prophet-esque activities.
thanks. I'll take it. Yeah.
Okay, you can add a red journal to your inventory. I will tell you now that that red journal, if you wish to read it, is probably going to take the mind of the wizard and approximately 3 weeks
Oh my god.
to read thoroughly.
Where's the key mind fiend when you need it?
As
Who gave
Viren's
me
going to
that?
look over.
Viren.
Viren did.
Yeah.
A gift.
Viren's red journal.
As he's going to look over to the rest of you all. You'll have done well by me. Take whatever spoils you need. The research here is potent, but not of use to me. And as for the gold, reaching into his satchel and pulling out a hefty bag of coin, he's going to hold it out for whoever wishes to grab it first. For a job well done, for all of you. I heard you all want entrance into the city. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong,
Steve
but
is our
wallets.
guy
I
with the
think
money.
Yeah, I think Steve is his
Yeah.
designated wallet.
Cyrus will take the money and bring it to Steve. Then come back.
Yeah.
Then come back. What the hell was that?
Here's your. Well, there's your
Why are you
path
so
into the
interested in that
city.
book?
So interested in that book? What do you mean?
You approached them.
I mean, hey, look, man. If
Is
you
there
want
a
to risk getting your brain exploded, then come find me later, okay? Then I will read out the book, or I will show you the book.
Right, right. I'm very interested in getting exploded. Should be the better than the 3 times. But you really ought to be careful. I think Chris was your name. You'd really
Yeah.
ought to be careful showing those things out abroad, especially in rooms where they're actively scrying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Oh no.
Now, here's the coin. I do bid you all a good day. If you all need assistance, you're free to contact me, though I doubt you agree with my methods. I'm very happy with what you all have done. If you all need more coin,
Sorry, go on.
you know who to contact. If you need information, I might be the best option you have. And once again, do try to conceal yourselves a bit more. It was not hard to watch you all over the past few days, nor was it too difficult to decipher what you were carrying there, Chris. You all really ought to be more careful with an entire group trailing you. This fight was this difficult when we had come to hunt them. Imagine the fight after they had prepared to hunt you all. You all have just given them information so easily. So do be a bit more careful, please. It'd be a shame to see you all pass too quick.
As you say
Just
this
frowns a bit out at that.
and begin to turn to walk out, I have one question for you. Do you now follow through and crush the jaw of the assassin or not?
Viren would. No one has proposed a viable argument, unless the 3 around him want to physically restrain him. None have proposed a vital argument other than morals. But this is not a world where your feelings can take hold. This group tried to kill us, and they'll use everything they can to succeed next time, as I will crush her throat.
You all hear the crunch of the bone beneath his boot before he turns and walks out the room, leaving the rest of you alone here.
What did I get
Essentially.
with my net 20 investigation?
We'll get to that right now.
Alright.
As you are the only one not distracted by the rest of what's going on, you're skimming through various research notes, various books, various geometric shapes that have been inked onto various different bits of parchment. You're looking at the various resources in the room. You're looking at the broken and shattered shards of obsidian or black glass that lays on the floor where it's been struck by the mace. You are looking at all of this information and trying to piece it together. And as you find certain different bits of paper and parchment, you find one that looks to be a cipher key.
This.
Oh no.
A wheel on top of a wheel on top of a wheel that you can turn to various different symbols to then unlock a message from other bits of paper or other research notes, things that seem to not make much sense. You would quickly work out with this cipher key might make some sense if you can write or figure out the correct combinations. You find various different gems, rocks, stone, crystals, small shards of black glass, slightly larger ones, dotted all over different benches. More importantly, you find a drawer with 3 trays in it. And within each of those 3 trays, one has a black glass residue, fine powder of black glass. The next has a purple residue powder in it. Not sure what that is. The next one has a green residue powder in it. Once again, you're not too sure what they are. The purple one is shiny. The black one is shiny. The residue powder. The green one, slightly dulled. But with all these notes, what are you objects and items? Are you gathering them all up? What are you doing with them?
Yeah, I'm gathering like Stevie's like making a collective pile of all the notes that he's found, lays them like in asymmetrical order, like in order he found it,
Mm-hmm.
and he tells the others what he found. And hey guys, I think I found something.
Yeah. What'd you find?
Well, I found uh, the obsidian shard residue,
Okay.
and I found 3 other powders: a purple, a green one, and
No, that's it. There's the black glass powder. There is the
black
purple
glass.
powder, and then there is the
Good.
green dulled powder.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Alchemical supply knowledge.
Do you have it?
That's what I was waiting. I do have my supplies with me.
Hmm.
They're in my bag.
Then I will allow you
Or do I
to
just have
roll.
proficiency in it?
I think you
Let me
you
check.
might just have the proficiency with it, not the expertise.
Is there any alchemical supplies I can use around here?
You would find a few.
Okay, I'll use those to determine what that is.
Okay. Well, the first one is black glass powder, literally a
Yeah.
extremely finely ground powder. The second one, the
Mm.
purple one, roll an Arcana check for me with your
Yes,
proficiency
sir.
bonuses.
Bum, 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 bum. Already am proficient in it.
Mhm.
That's athletics. That's not the right one.
Yep, no, we're not doing athletics. Arcana on a 14. Purple residue you've not come across before. You wouldn't understand it necessarily.
Okay.
You see that it reacts to a couple of the liquids that you find dotted about this place, and you're not sure what the liquids themselves are.
Mm-hmm.
But you take what looks to be a slightly white, no, not white, a cloudy liquid from a bottle. And you take a small amount of powder. You put the powder into one of the glass vials that you find laying around in this research lab. And you begin to mix it with this white cloudy liquid. Just the smallest of amounts and the smallest of drops. And as the liquid hits the purple residue, you notice it has a slightly violent reaction, not enough to break the vial, and then turns from a powder to an ooze-like substance that seems to react and want to swell up out of this vial of its own accord. It's too small for it to really do much or do anything, and it's kind of trapped within this glass vial. What are you doing with it?
Just gonna hand it. Just let Steve look at it.
He's handing you a vial with an oozy, tiny, tiny, tiny oozy-like purple substance that seems to be moving of its own accord, not with any will or intelligence or anything like that, but it's definitely moving around in there now. And right now, I know that Spec is thinking, what the fuck is this? Because he's met this in City of Viridia. Steve.
They shouldn't be here.
Sorry, my mic was muted.
Uh-huh. So you're being handed this glass vial. Sorry.
Yeah. Is it like glowing in any way?
It's giving off a purplish hue of light, but not much. It's too small to really give off anything major.
Can I try to hold the papers I found in front of it, see if anything will show up?
You hold the papers up in front of it. Are you actively trying to read them?
Yeah.
Okay, roll an investigation check for me, please.
Gladly.
Oh, come on, take us out of the box. You got this, Steve.
Let's say 24.
On a 24, as you hold up sheet after sheet after sheet trying to make a match, you find one that references a purple residue, magical waste residue, waste residue, and you see the symbol next to it. Then on the next line, embalming fluid, and another symbol next to it. And then underneath that, you start looking and seeing an algebraic formula with both of those symbols in it. With your investigation and your knowledge, you determine that the mixture of this purple powder, this purple waste residue, and embalming fluid is causing whatever this ooze is to come into existence. Seemingly mindless, but still has life of its own. Mindless, no will of its own, just an instinct to reform. And that's what you learn and understand of this in particular.
Steve will grab a piece of parchment from his bag and writes down like the formula, what it is, what it does, and he takes a few vials from. I assume there's still a few vials left in the area.
There are.
Yeah, Steve wants to separately take 3 vials, fill them with the powders, separately, corks them, and puts it in his backpack for later study.
Okay. You gather the 3 vials with this powdered residue substances in each of them. The rest of the equipment here is kind of valueless. There's not really much else to take or acknowledge even. Maybe a couple of the obsidian shards that have broken off of the central pillar that was there that got smashed.
Can we search the assassin for anything?
Ooh, that's a good idea.
You can indeed. Roll me an investigation for that one, please.
Gladly. Let's say 14.
Okay. On a 14, you find 2 vials of poison and a small bag with about 3 gold in it.
All right.
You also find 2 more daggers that were secreted around her on her belt, being careful not to touch the blades in case they've already been laced with poison.
Steve will walk up to Jess. Hey, Jess.
Yes, Steve.
I think this will be useful for you. And Steve hands Jess the vials of poison.
Oh, cheers, Steve.
I think it should enhance your damage a
Brilliant.
little.
Thank you. DM, how does that affect my weapons?
What, the vials of poison? You will need to prepare your blades, but it will add a D8 of poison damage.
Oof.
Excellent.
Providing
Thanks,
they
Steve.
fail. Providing they fail a con save. You have, with the 2 vials, you get 4 days, or 4 applications, I should say.
Cool, noted.
With that, you will head off back towards Marla's to rest.
Quickly before,
Yes.
can I just take any alchemical supplies or and some of the vials to like Steve for more research?
Yep, that's absolutely fine. You grab what you need from there. Kale.
Thank you.
Yeah, can I take the guy that they broke the wrist off earlier?
Yes.
The guard. Yeah, I just got to stash him in the hideout and call a few of the lantern rights for him for questioning.
Fair. That can be its own separate sub-story afterwards, but he gets taken away and you go with them with the lantern rights and this trussed up guard, and you head off with them to the lantern rights courtyard for interrogations. And that is where we will say goodbye to Kale, unfortunately, as his role is finished here.
Bye, Kale. It's been fun.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Kale.
So, with that, the party heads back to Marla's for the evening and for the rest of the evening. And you take a well-earned long rest. And you all get to level up.
Ooh.
Yes!
Yes!
For those that are level 3, which should be the entire party, you get level 4. And once again, Chris and Lou are not here to hear this, as they had to drop off before we could all say goodbye at the end of that session. So I'm going to say goodnight to our viewers and listeners. Thank you for staying on. Slightly longer session today. The Spotify and YouTube cuts, YouTube will stay as is. Spotify will be shortened down with a lot of the white spacing taken out. So if you want a slightly shortened version, listen and keep an eye out and subscribe to us on Spotify. And Of Dice and Destiny is released every Wednesday. For everyone else, whatever your dice is, whatever your dice rolls, whatever your destiny is, we hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you, the viewers, back here on Tuesday for City of Viridia. Bye!
Bye.
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 Bye again.
Yeah.